Mr. Resetti is a pretty popular character, but if your first Animal Crossing game was New Horizons, then there's a good chance you may have never heard of him at all. For those who don't know, every game prior to New Horizons, Animal Crossing featured this guy, who would lecture you if you reset the game or turned it off without saving. Now, this was made obsolete in New Horizons due to that game's autosave feature, but in all the other mainline games where you had to save manually, Resetti was a very prominent character. He even had his own trophy in Super Smash Bros. Melee before Animal Crossing was ever even released in North America. While Resetti does appear in every game, in this video I'll be focusing on his appearance in the original GameCube release, as per usual with this channel. In this original version, Resetti would show up in front of your house every time the game was turned off without saving. He would then lecture the player, often for several minutes, about the importance of saving and not cheating the system by resetting. And this happens every single time you didn't save, even if it wasn't your fault. If your power went out, Resetti. If your game somehow crashes, Resetti. If your mother got mad at you for not taking out the trash for the third week in a row and unplugged your GameCube, you get the idea. As such, a lot of people found this character annoying and harsh, so much so that his role has been diminished over time. Admittedly, the GameCube villagers are infamously rude, but after he didn't really appear in New Horizons, I've come to miss Resetti's character, and how he got progressively more angry every time you reset. So today, I thought I'd take a look behind the scenes on how Mr. Resetti actually works in this original GameCube version. If you're like me, you may be wondering how the game even keeps track of whether or not you reset in order to trigger Mr. Resetti's appearance. Well, first, there are special bytes in your save file that keep track of whether or not you reset. Whenever you load your save file, these bytes are given special values that tell the game you have yet to save. And when you're done playing and you talk to your gyroid to save, the game clears these values and sets them back to 0. To simplify it, think of these bytes as a special light bulb. When you load the game checks if this light bulb is off, and if it is off, the game will load normally and then turn the light bulb on. So whenever you're in your town, this light bulb is switched on and only gets switched off when you talk to your gyroid and save your game. This way, if you reset during the middle of play, this light bulb is left on, and the next time the game checks it, it will know you reset without saving. Further, whenever the game detects that this light bulb was left on, it will basically increment a special counter on your save file keeping track of how many times you reset. And the higher this reset counter goes, the more upset Mr. Resetti becomes. If you're into computer science, I was actually kinda hoping that this counter would be left uncapped to get some potential overflow shenanigans, but it appears the developers appropriately handled this counter. Nevertheless, the counter still goes higher than I thought, and Resetti of course acts differently depending on which number reset you're on. All of Resetti's acts are actually pretty amusing, so strap in. On your very first reset without saving, Mr. Resetti is actually pretty calm. He introduces himself and explains why you should avoid resetting. However, he does indeed warn you that he's usually not this polite, and we'll soon see that he isn't lying. On your second reset, nothing crazy really happens, except he's a little more aggressive and warns you again that he'll be even angrier next time. Now, on the third reset, he starts to become truly livid. He talks about how your attitude stinks, and even openly mentions how he doesn't even care if you reset by mistake. He even openly disses the human race for allowing mistakes in the first place. And to top it all off, he ends his long rant telling you to take a bath. On your fourth reset, Mr. Resetti is already sitting there waiting for you and asks you to come talk to him. If you try to run away, Resetti will call you a twerp endlessly, forcing you to eventually come speak to him. Now, he gives you the usual rant and then finally asks you to not reset again. You can either answer got it or no way. If you answer no way, he actually threatens to repeat his entire rant again, so you do eventually have to conform to him. When you finally give in, he ends his lecture by instructing you to go wash your hair. On the fifth reset, something interesting happens. Mr. Resetti is instead replaced by his brother Don, who is a lot calmer and understanding. Don apologizes for his brother's outbursts, and even thanks the player for allowing him to talk to them. He concludes your polite conversation by suggesting that you stop resetting. Okay, fine, I'll stop. On the sixth reset, it originally seems like nothing happens. But if you stray too far from your house, here we go. Resetti will yell at you some more and actually call you a hoodlum, which is pretty wild. And at the end of this lecture, Resetti forces you to repeat back a phrase that he chooses. There's a lot of phrases he can choose from, and he won't leave until you repeat it back exactly. But there's actually a special secret during this process. If you input something like moles suck, or even die, Resetti will get even angrier, asking if you thought he wouldn't read what you typed. There's a lot of humorous things you can input to make Resetti mad, so here's the full list. But eventually you do have to copy exactly what he says to keep playing. On the 7th reset, Resetti will taunt you for loving resetting so much. In fact, he says you love resetting so much that he'll even help you out and reset all of your game progress. And the screen fades to black. But it's soon revealed that Resetti is faking you out and he didn't actually reset your entire game. But he does make fun of you, hoping that this prank caused you to break your controller or even kick your TV. And here we are, the final reset. On this 8th reset, the camera will zoom up close to Resetti, and he'll actually compliment your eyes before continuing his rant. This time, he tells you his doctor says getting so angry is bad for his health, and finally gives up and tells you he's just going home. Kinda makes you feel bad for the guy. Now, every subsequent reset after this will just reuse the same script from the 6th to the 8th reset. This is basically how the developers capped this reset counter, so if the counter is ever above 8, it will just randomly be assigned a new value of 6 through 8. Anyways, that's enough resetting for me for a lifetime. It was actually painfully long to get all of these resets in for this video, but hopefully it was worth it and you learned something interesting about how Mr. Resetti works. Until next time, thanks for watching.